Hello, we are live from quarantine, and I want to just take this opportunity to say how cool is this hoodie? Awesome hoodie. I'm going to show you the Instagram of them, and I want you to all go message their page if you could. It's Hump Apparel. So this is what you're going to look for. It is Hump Apparel. You see that? Hump Apparel. So that's HUMP3APPAREL. Hump Apparel. Welcome, guys. This is day 3. I don't know where this is going, but in this episode, I'm going to give you some news on the stats and things like that. We're just going to talk about things. Things have got a little bit worse, as expected. It's going to get worse and worse every day. The death tolls in many countries, if you're in the USA, Switzerland is a new place where a lot of people are, they're struggling, and the numbers have went up drastically. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the stats so far. So currently, there are 275,932 cases. Worldwide, there are 11,398 deaths. Out of those, there was 91,912 being recovered. This is all active cases and closed cases. So there's 103,000 closed cases, 172 active cases. There's a lot of that are mild. If everybody's worried, I'd just like to say that these are all just only confirmed cases. There are many people that have had the virus, or they don't even know they have the virus. And that is the secret thing that's making things worse, because there's people spreading it, and that's why it's safe and secure to actually isolate yourself. That's why I'm doing quarantine, self-quarantine, because yes, I might not have it, or I may have had it, or I might be about to have it. We don't know. You don't know either. But for me, as a healthy young individual, I may be asthmatic, but I would say that I'm not an at-risk person. I'm not over the age of 80. So please, guys, care and think of the elderly in this time. Think of your gran. Think of all these people that have sacrificed many, many, many years to bring you onto this planet. Please, it would be nice and advised to, be isolated for this time. It's a smart thing to do. Make sure you don't go. I know that it's hard. You might want to go visit them and things like that, but please don't do that. That's my own opinion. Just for me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to go and give somebody that's at risk, So please do that. The elderly do matter. Just think of your wee granny. Think of your granddad. Think of the amount of biscuits they've given you over the years. Think of the amount of things like my gran and granddad. They always said the same thing. Like every time I go into their house, without fail, help yourself to the fridge. What do you want before anything? Help yourself to the fridge. Do you want some juice? Do you want some drinks? Do you want some food? My gran and granddad were unbelievable, and so therefore I wouldn't go near them right now, and I'm making sure that I'm keeping myself and my family, we're all isolated. So with that being said, let's do that. We've got 90 live viewers. If you could, please give us a wee like that, the like button up. And also, I just want to give a little shout out to some of the people that have been so kind during this time. And these people have donated on YouNow and TikTok on my live streams. They've given a little part of their money just to be able to, just to show that they're kind and they love my content and they like me putting out this stuff. So without further ado, we've got Brittany Brinker. Brittany Brinker was absolute amazing. She did it on TikTok and YouNow and many other things. She's been amazing. There was Ashley Doll, Christine Stoneking, Sam Bining, Tegan Jane, Donna Lloyd, Erin BS1, and Michaela 56. Michaela is actually such a lovely girl. She's autistic and she watches my videos. And actually, Brittany Brinker, thanks to Brittany said that please she would donate extra so that Michaela would get a shout out. But you didn't need to do that, Brittany, because Michaela, you're getting a shout out. Michaela is such a sweetheart, such a nice person, and thank you so much for sharing and being vulnerable. She also even came on the screen for 2 minutes, even though she was shy. Michaela, you are a legend. Thank you. And so without further ado, tonight I'm going to be showing you a little bit. I've already showed you like maybe a little exercise or something, but for the gym goers, for the people that are wondering what they can be doing with themselves, if you do have these kind of things locally, then that is great. Maybe if you've done at-home workouts and stuff before, then I'm just going to show you some that I'm doing. Now, you don't need to do these, and sometimes you might not have the accessibility to these things, but I'm going to show you some things. And if you're a guy or a girl, and maybe you're doing heavier things, maybe you're trying to build up muscle. I know I am, and this is a time for me where I don't want to lose that muscle that I've gained over the last few years as being an ectomorph, a skinny individual. I know I might not look like I put on any mass, but I have. I've put on a little bit of mass over the years and managed to build up my strength, and I don't want to lose that so much. So let's go on to some of the things, and one of the things that I've got locally close to me that is helpful. Now, this isn't certainly not something for building mass, but it's certainly good for mobility and just for many different exercises that you can do. It's basically just this. It's like the band here. Okay, it's a rubber band. What you can do is it's good for resistance training. So what I do is I stand on it like this. Now, if I want to train shoulders, simply out to the side like that, out to the side, out to the side. So that's building on this part here. And your muscles on your shoulders is made up of different parts. So you're targeting different parts with doing that. Also, if you want to train, I think for your posture, it's always good, and a lot of people miss this out, the back part here. What I would do is a slight bend over slightly, chest up, shoulders back, and out to the side like that. And this part is working here. Now, this is good for your posture. I'm kind of working, I know that I'm not going to have all the heavy weights that I did have, but right now I'm working more on mobility. I'm going to be doing a little bit of yoga. I'm going to be working on strength, like body work, body strength. So I've got these. Now, you don't need these. These are just something that I'm just looking at everything that I've got nearby, and these are the push-up. There we go. So if I want to do like a push-up, I can do it like that, but we can go down. Okay. But what I also have is an 8 kilogram kettlebell. So you can do many different things. You can do squats like that. So if I'm targeting the legs, maybe not doing as heavy, but having something in front of you, being able to do some squats with a little bit of weight. Or you can also do shoulders, like front raises, like that, targeting the front part of your shoulders. And I also have a set of 2 dumbbells. So this one is obviously, there's nothing on it, but this one's overloaded because I was doing a little bit heavier. I was just basically trying to get everything on the one dumbbell. So this is 22 kilograms dumbbell. So what I've been doing is I've been doing like above the head shoulder presses with each arm. I'm just going to do one on this arm. Just so okay, and so with that being said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all these weights off. Well, not all of them. I'm just going to take some off. Let's just start with this, okay? So we're going to take these off. I've got a rucksack, right? So I've got a rucksack there. I'm also going to put the kettlebell in. Put the kettlebell in here as well. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more in. Why not? Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm doing that so that it's all balanced out. All balanced out flat. And if you want to see, I'm balancing all out. So what you all might think is that it's not actually balanced on my back, but I've actually balanced it all out so that it's going to be all on my back like this. Now, I wouldn't advise you to do this at home, but this is just my own for myself. So what I do is I get it like that. And again, I've got these where I'm going to go down. So this is for working on your triceps and your chest, a little bit heavier than normal. So what you would go down with the heavy, like that. Okay, so there's another thing I could do. Then you can do a lot of other kind of cool things, like what else have I got? Let's see what I've got. I've got these ankle weights. So having these ankle weights is actually going to be good just for doing extra weight when I'm doing pull-ups. I have a pull-up bar downstairs. I'm going to be using that a lot more. So these ankle weights is really good for that. Okay. Anyway. Squats are life, yeah. So you're going to have to, this is a time to, I'm actually going to buy a couple of things in. I'm thinking about getting a bar with a couple of plates, and then I can do my squats, maybe without the rack. I'm not going to have something to like rest it on. Maybe I could actually build my own little squat rack type thing. Yeah, you love my face. Anyway, let's go on to other things. Let me see. We've got Laura Collins, we've got Amanda Roper, we've got Sarah Kalana, BOTD, Ginger Mel, how are you doing? Kitty Meow. Again, I'm just going to say this out again. We've got Brittany Brinker, Ashley Doll, Christine Stone King, Sam Bining, Tegan Jane, Donna Lloyd, Erin BS1, and Michaela 56. You want to get pull-up bar, but last time you got one, the bar pieces were bent. Ah, okay. What you could do is you could get the one that attaches to your door. That's always a good shout. It doesn't cost too much. Get it on Amazon or something like that, and you just basically put it on the top of your door frame, and you can use it like that. I've also got a punch bag downstairs, which I don't use. Just shows you like a lot of the things that we have in our garages and in our cellars, we don't actually use on a daily basis. Now I get to use them. So I have a punch bag and a speed bag. So I'm going to be doing that. Any ideas on exercise for people with back injuries? For people with back injuries, what I would suggest is if you do have, and if you can do it, what helped me was just actually hanging on a bar. So it depends how severe your back injury is. I wouldn't do anything, always do within what your doctor has advised you. But if you have like slight back injury or something like that, or even just like a kind of rotation cuff injury, like a little clicking, sometimes it's clicking and it's like a kind of nerve pinched in there. What I would say is just hanging on a bar. So not doing a pull-up, but just hanging for a while. And even if you're not doing pull-ups, I would suggest that if you're wanting to get into calisthenics, and you want to just be able to work on body strength, doing planks for first, trying to hanging on a bar. Before you're doing any sort of movement, you need to just be getting ready with that grip and working on your grip and working on just hanging on the bar. Even if it's for 2 seconds one day, 5 seconds the next day, build it up. Now I can do it for, I don't know, maybe a minute or a minute to 80 seconds. If I'm really pushing it, I could maybe get to the 100 seconds. But 100 seconds is what I'd like to do. I'm not a personal trainer, no, but I've been training for 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 8 years on and off. So, yeah. You learn wee things. You learn little things. And I'm not going to say that I'm like, this is just all, this isn't like actual advice, so please don't listen to me. But if you do know a little bit what I'm talking about, I'm just like leading by example. Just take on some of these little exercises. Always look for, there are better videos on YouTube, like from trained, qualified personal trainers, and they will direct you on perfect form, everything like that. You need perfect form. Doesn't matter about loading on the weights and all that stuff. Do not care about that. That's one of the mistakes that people make when they go to the gym, is they try too hard, and it's actually in doing so, they're not actually trying too hard. They're just not doing anything. You see these guys that are at the gym, and there, I'll show you. So here is, this is only like 7 kilograms or something. No, it's 5, 7, 9 kilograms. So this is 9 kilograms, right? Now, if you just start off at the gym, of course, even 9 kilograms for a lot of people is not a lot, right? So you'll get guys that will come to the gym, and you'll see them, maybe they're looking at other guys, and all the other guys are thrown up 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe even hundreds, but I don't know. But they're looking around and they're a little bit nervous, they're a little bit skinny, they're weak. I did it myself, and you go to the gym and you get these guys that will go up at the 10 and they'll be like, you know, they'll be doing half like that, like that, rather than actually focusing on the full form, you know, like actually getting and squeezing and bringing down slowly. So a lot of people are, you know, making mistakes like that. So what I would suggest is just get familiar with the light weight, get familiar with just the movement and the form, and then you can work your way up like that. And also, if you do it like that and you log it, if you log it, every small detail over time, slow and steady can win you the race with a little bit of overloading at times. Anyway, enough exercise. We've talked a lot about that. I'll give you some more little things over the time. We got Jasto says, lick a toe, you absolute dumb. Joking, it was a joke. Don't ban me, please. I don't really concentrate well. That's okay. I'm one of these people that I don't really care for like trolls and criticism. Criticize, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, people are going to criticize. People are going to say that they know better, they know more, or they'll just be damn right idiots. You know, they'll just say your mum. They start slagging things that don't even concern you. But always just let it happen, guys. Just let it happen. And just roll with it. Because the people that do like your content, the people that do watch what you do, and they appreciate the little entertainment out of their day, then that's all that matters, you know. Even if it's just your gran that watches your YouTube, then let's see what we've got here. We've got Carter Stevens also suggests just do your own research, experiment on diets. Yeah, what I would say is during this coronavirus quarantine, we're all alone, but you're not. Just think about it. Imagine being in the World War II and being quarantined without any access to information from the outside, false rumors being thrown around left, right, and center. Imagine the fear mongering that was going on there. Like, you'll have these people that were completely glamorizing the situation. There was propaganda in the news, which is obviously a given, but there was propaganda within word of mouth as well, and that always happens. So, for example, like little Susie down the street was probably spreading out false information, and it was making people shit themselves. I mean, rightly so, they could have been scared because of the situation, but people were highlighting it. Think of all the things and the fear that would have been going through these people, and they didn't have access to information. You guys, we are all in quarantine right now. Well, not all of us. I mean, you can go out in your garden, you can do all that stuff, but you're not actually, like, look at the amount of, you can learn skills, you can actually learn more. You have the access to information that, you know, some of the greatest professors didn't even have. Some of the greatest inventors didn't even have. Charles Dickens and all these great authors, they used to isolate themselves for months. One of my favorite stories was Demosthenes from Greece. He was an orator. He was somebody who actually was a speaker, and basically he went on to do a speech, and it absolutely bombed. It didn't bomb it. It was just so bad. It was like everybody shunned him so much, and basically told him never to ever speak in public again, never be an orator, never do that, like just never speak again. So what he did was he actually went and closed himself in. I think he shaved some part of his head. He shaved, and he became an absolute recluse. So he put himself into self-isolation. And what did he do in that time? In that self-isolation period, he almost perfect. He spoke to himself in a mirror. He basically a modern day method actor. He went in and mastered his craft, really mastered it, and became the best orator. I know orator, and a lot of you dirty-minded people are probably like, oral, shut up for a second. But this guy absolutely nailed it. He went out and became the greatest orator of Greece, and was completely idolized. And yeah, so what I would say, Nick says, oral, nice one. How often do you get supplies? That just made me think of a pretty funny joke. What did the creepy janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! Anyway, yeah, what do we get supplies any every day, I guess. There's food. We're not actually that short of food. I mean, there's shortages of toilet roll sometimes, but I think it's all good. Off topic, but do you know where Keith, Scotland is? Yes, I do. Also, my best friend is called Keith, and he's from Isla, and he's Filipino. Keith is my good Filipino friend. You're not funny. I know, Nick. I need to work on that. Maybe this self-isolation might actually teach me a thing or two. I love your accent. Please never stop talking. Thank you, Savannah. Kelly Miller, I love you. You're awesome. You're awesome too. Don't be nasty, dude. Come on. He's not nasty. He's just having a laugh, you know. Thank you, Spiky. You thought it was funny. What, the supplies? It's not my joke, so yeah. I know many worse jokes than that. You always make me smile. Guys, that is all that I'm here to do. I'm not an expert in anything. I don't know if this is any of you guys, but I feel like for most of my life I've kind of been on the fence with everything, every situation. When it comes to friends, I've always had friends, but I've never had like, you know, that, you know how people have got like a squad, they've got like those friends that are like for life. I've always had friends, and then I lose people, and then things aren't there. And then I've always had nearly had a career in something, and then didn't put the work ethic into that enough. So I was always clever and smart at school, but then academically I didn't really push it as far as I could have. With sports, I used to play football, soccer really well. Was always good at sprinting and stuff like that. If I'd immersed myself and actually realized that, you know, pure talent alone, because I was on set, no, I'm joking. It takes, you have to work on your craft. You have to really put in the work. And so I've put in the work, but never enough. So I've always been like on the fence of stuff. Don't know if that goes for any of you guys. But you're just kind of on the fence. You're more than half-hearted in something, but never quite, you know, that extra. I'm not saying I'm average, but I'm saying that I'm just a tiny bit above. To go up to the movies. But I'll tell you one thing, I have pushed it with the social media, but then again, it's taken a fucking virus to get me to actually put in a wee bit more work ethic. Sometimes I get lazy. I want to just go down to like what I do is I'll have these procrastination days where I'm wanting to get everything done, and then I start reading a book in a coffee shop, and I'm like, yeah, and I put that down as like valuable reading time. I know it's good to read, but when you're just using reading as a kind of form of escapism from actually getting the work done, then you know that it's becoming a procrastination. And sometimes I find myself just reading books just to get through a book, so I can say I've read it for vanity reasons or because I want to just say that I've read another book. You know, like Tai Lopez. You know, I read a book for every day. For knowledge. Knowledge is power. No, you need knowledge, guys. But that guy probably reads half of a page a day, and then yeah. But yeah, no, sorry, Ty. I know if you're watching this, I know you probably read a lot more than that, and you're definitely, you're not an idiot. That's for sure. But yeah, come on. There's a lot of people that will say, yeah, my goal is to read 100 books or read a book a day for a year. Like, that's cool. That's well and true and cool, but you need to actually, when you read a book, you need to really immerse yourself in it. Use it as a study guide. If it's a solid, good book with a good review, then I would say that you need to not only just read it, but overread it, take notes, actually have things written down. I don't know how people feel. People are on the fence with this. Like, when you get a book, do you feel it's okay to write in that book, like to put notes on the side? I know a lot of people do that, and then a lot of people actually don't do that. So what I would ask you guys, and I'm asking you guys now, is that acceptable? What do you do? Let's see the comments. You love reading books. I do love reading books, but I'm more of a kind of yeah. I'll see what your comments say first, because I'm talking a little bit too much. Well, Darren's goal is to hit 1K before the end of the year. Well, everybody just go subscribe to Darren, get him halfway there. Nicole Crandall, you love reading books. Okay, what is your favourite novel series? That's what I was going to get on to say. I never actually read like series or something like that. The Goth, talk on, man. Acceptable if it's your own book. You write in it. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Perfectly acceptable. Well, I do that. I do write in my books. I jot things down, especially like underlining things. It's always good. Underline with a little bit to the side. Say. But usually my note taking is never profound. It's always just like, I'll underline something, go over to the side, and I'll just be like, what he said, you know. Yeah, what that says, not like any notes, just, yeah, what that guy said. Seneca's a good guy. What he said, guys, just listen to what he said. Anyway, hey, I hope you're being safe. I'm about to take a shower and listen. Yeah, I'm being safe. I mean, I'm as safe as it can be probably right now. Anyway, we get 79 likes. I heard a rumor that if you like it now, you get 200,000 subscribers, and a little man comes to your door and says, "You're worth it." Thanks for the 80 likes. You love horror books. Amazing. So what are your goals, guys? This is what I wanted to get onto. I know I've talked to you guys a lot about my goals for quarantine or whatever is going on right now. We're all in lockdown. But like, think of some of the stuff that you want to do. What are your goals? What are the kind of things that you want to learn? Maybe you want to learn a different bit of a language. You could learn a language during this time. You know, you could really focus on things. Daniel, Pepsi or Coke? I've never put Pepsi up my nose. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Anyway, but no, I like Pepsi probably more, but Coke's always good. I mean, it just depends. Your goal is to keep out the historian in my country and focus on myself. Good stuff. Here's another thing. Do you ever feel like the information that you're actually retaining and keeping on to is actually turning you a little bit bigoted on certain topics? Like when you read a little bit about philosophy or politics or history, it can actually summon some sort of like weird feelings. Does anybody ever get that? I've actually stopped. I've taken a little bit of a pause on that kind of stuff and just like reading things that actually help me, you know. Like, it's all good and well reading about philosophy and history, but what I was actually wanting is like I read a guy was talking, and he said, I think it was Jim Rohn, and he said, if anybody knows who Jim Rohn is, I'm going to do his voice. He's like, if you want more money, you got to create more value. That's honestly, go look him up. Jim Rohn, he actually talks like that. He's like, if you want to learn how to make money, read about money. Like the guy actually talks like that, but the guy's a fucking legend and he's honestly unreal. Like, you should really, really look into Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was actually Tony Robbins' mentor. Whether or not you like Tony Robbins, whether you think it's a placebo, maybe you think it's a pseudoscience or something like that, I disagree. I think that there is an element of truth in a lot of the kind of things that these people talk about. I know for sure that they do it to sell books sometimes, but nonetheless, it does motivate you, and it does speak volume into your heart. A lot of us say, and we critique the people that are actually putting out positive messages, and we actually say, but how can you do that? And how can you say that? Yet we never, ever pull up and try and challenge the people that are constantly giving us negative news, constantly feeding us with aggressive, divisive information. We just see them as heroes, and that is not cool. As humans, we're drawn to negativity, and we need to change that. You need to be more like more open-minded to the good things in life. It's easy to be cynical, and especially if you're going to be in isolation a lot, you're going to be looking at things. You're going to be becoming a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious. You're going to feel a little bit alone, maybe very lonely. Some people, and I hope that you're not. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is to show you guys that you're not alone. You know, we're all in this together. We're all doing that, and maybe as humans, we can all find that this hard time can actually be a really good time. You could be in isolation in a small cell somewhere, you know. You could be in isolation, worried that you're going to go out and somebody's going to put snooker balls in a sock and smack you over the head with it, you know. Don't even know if they still do that, but at least somebody might ram you up the arse. That's obviously not a good sign. But yeah, I think every day is going to be a new message. You constantly feel alone. Okay. So where do you find that do you have like some sort of support network or friendship, somebody that helps you? When do you not feel alone? Is there any time, can you think of any time when you've not felt alone? Snooker balls. It's true. It's funny how we can have 99% good, but we obsess over the 1%. Is that little margin prevents perfection. You're in isolation. Well, no. That's the other thing. We're not technically in. We're not in isolation, you know. We are because of we're being advised to, but we're really not. What's the game changers? What the Netflix series? My goal is to make a difference, whether it be in my writing or Wattpad, or just being as much as I can for people, making people happy. Good stuff. We got C James. C James, shout out to C James. Very true. In many ways, we are reaching beyond ourselves more than ever before. We play FIFA. I love FIFA. I'm sure a lot of people mush nasty in my pants. How do you know, CJ? This C James is getting scarily accurate, creepily accurate. This is not fair. Playing video games online with people helps too. That's also a good thing, yeah. Go wipe your ass. No, your mum's going to do that for me later. To see a world in grain of sand and a heaven and a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. This funny ginger, I love your name. You watch cooking channel? Yeah, that's another thing to do. I'm going to be learning how to do a wee bit of cooking and stuff like that. Cooking and cleaning. I think I've cleaned my room like 20 times. We can smell you through the chat. Oof. I know, it's that bad. It's honestly that bad. Look at my comment up the chat. It's about a guy who researched plant-based diets and how it helped those at risk. Yeah, of course, Kalana Sawyer. Definitely. I mean, Here's a funny story. I actually used to be a rep for Juice Plus. So I learned a lot about, not vegan diet, but I learned the power of fruit and veggies and how they fight off free radicals. And free radical, if anybody doesn't know, free radicals are basically the things that basically give you cancer, cause cancer. So when there's free radical damage, then that's when you get things like hair loss and other things. Your immune system's basically your immune system just coming down. So fruit and vegetables, it's just been proven to fight off free radical damage. Obviously helps with growth. Another thing that vegans and other people find is their fingernails grow, their hair grows a lot faster, their skin is much clearer. But we know that, and a lot of people this is the thing, a lot of us know the things that are going to make us succeed. And there's no real secret sauce. I mean, there's all these small details to success and stuff, but the real truth is, none of us just work hard enough. None of us, that if you annoy enough people about your business, then people are going to know about your business. It's called the 3-foot ruling. You tell people that you're starting something and you talk about it and you manifest it, everybody's going to know that you're the guy that sells Juice Plus, or you're the guy who works for Avon, or you're just like your dad. Anyway, people just know that that's who you are. So if you're aim higher, put your standards high. If your standards are, I dedicate my whole life to a company or something like that could potentially they could leave you at any point, then I get that. That's a gamble. May as well just go gamble. But sorry, I'm just going to look at some of these. We aren't quite in quarantine yet. I'm dreading it. Yeah, of course, cabin fever's bad. But yeah, aim high. If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be a millionaire, have a product or something that helps 1 million people. Or at least 1 million people. Have something or service or something that can actually benefit, rather than benefiting yourself, getting that money, actually have something and think more about others. So obviously I don't care about others that much because I'm not a millionaire, but doesn't matter. It's money and self-worth isn't, and your net worth isn't your self-worth, okay? But if you want to be a billionaire, don't just do it for the wrong reasons. You actually have to think like, how can I actually change society, like building Apple or Amazon or something like that? That's where these people came at. They had huge expectations and huge goals, and they went out for it. People like Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy had Lionel Messi. Arguably, I mean, I'm not even going to go into that argument. Comment down below, Messi or Ronaldo, go for it, try it. But both of them together, they got the best out of each other. Ronaldo, I don't think would have been as good of a player if it wasn't for Messi, and likewise Messi wouldn't have been as good of a player because of that competition. They had somebody, they were fighting against the best and the best, and they were overtaking and beating each other's records and stuff like that. So you need to set your sights high, and don't be scared of rivalry. Don't be scared of the fight, because you need that. We're animals. You need to actually have some sort of competition in order for you to evolve and succeed. Do you think, and most animals, smaller animals, have defense mechanisms. Like the lion doesn't always win. You can't just always win. There has to be times, there has to be losses, there has to be all these kind of things. Okay, maybe check into telehealth for therapy too. I talked to my therapy through telehealth today. Okay, Kalana. Oh wait, for Elizabeth. I was like, okay, really, I was really like about to take that on board, that I need therapy stuff. I think there's a stigma attached to therapy. I think therapy is good, having somebody that is that you can talk to, that listens and gives you back logical, because a lot of us are caught in the feelings that we get. Here's my example, and I do this all the time, right? So here's my first example, and see if I'm talking a load of shit, I get it, right? I can be annoying. I don't want to be all like Gary V up in your face, like, if you want to make money, if you want to do it, in my 20s, I was shipping like 20,000 cases of wine every week. If you're not doing that, you're shit, man. You're shit, bro. But no, right here is a chair. This is a chair. Now, I am not by any means a psychologist. I'm not trained. This is just experience, and this is just some sort of like thing that helps me, okay? That's a chair. Today, whoa, I just won so much money on the lottery and I feel amazing, right? Well, okay, let's a little bit less extreme. Today, I just got a job promotion and things are good and happy, and the girl that I liked me back. Woo! I'm going to have a pizza, right? The next day, oh my God, I've just came through a breakup. I feel terrible. Everything is shit. I just lost my job. All this stuff. I'm going to have a pizza. The same thing, the same action, the same movement, and the same celebration or thing that you do after it. Coping. So you're eating the pizza to celebrate, or you're eating the pizza to commiserate. You're still the same person sitting on the same chair, whether you had that win or the loss. So a lot of us, it's all in your mind. This kind of perception of just how your mind is. You've won something, so that makes your whole mood lift. Maybe you did a workout. And you came in and you sat in the chair. That's a better example. You did a good workout, dopamine, everything is all high. You've got runner's high or all these things, and you sit down and you go like, okay, I'm gonna have some water. Or you're hungover. You just did a three-day bender. Nobody's heard from you in 72 hours. You've been taking Ket, Coke, all sorts, and you've been just going absolutely mental for 3 days straight, which I know a lot of you, if anybody's watching, you have been there, and you've got a massive come down, and then you sit down in the chair, deflated, and you get water. So, yeah. It's all about perspective, and a lot of people, they're still in the same position they would be if they were winning or losing. So try not put all your self-worth into the achievements and daily goals. Like, I know that helps, but just try your best to realize that, you're in the same place, and a lot of the feelings, it's all just feelings. It's all just a feeling. It's all chemicals and different imbalances and stuff like that, okay? We should all do power lip sync battles. Seriously, that would be awesome. We could definitely do that. Sleep way too much. Is there anybody else that's just perpetually tired all the time? Like, even if you've slept 12 hours, you still yawn and you still get tired. Rumor has it that if we get to 100 likes, I'm gonna do a weird unicorn dance. We only need 4 more likes, guys, and I'll do it. Oh, there we go. I don't know where this is going, and I didn't even think about it, but I just know that I have to do it. So it's got to be done. So we have to do a unicorn dance now for no reason other than me trying to get a wee goal of 4 extra likes. Meet me at the hula bucky, hula 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 hula. No more unicorn dances, guys. That took too much out of me. And now I feel anxious. I feel down. I feel deflated after that. And I'm ashamed. There's shame. I feel shame. I feel shame after that. And I'm going home. Okay. Right. Do you drink coffee? Yes, but I've not drank any coffee or alcohol. Also, started a whiskey collection. The things you do when you're sitting home alone. I was like on the British, I don't know why, I'm on British, so I get free flights. The reason why I get free flights, and I say free, but the word free comes with a little bit of weight. They're not free, but, well, they are free after you've bought shit. So if you go on British Airways, you actually can become, a valued customer, someone who's a frequent flyer, and it's free to do. So you go on the British Airways, and I know that right now you're not going to be flying anywhere. And British Airways, we don't know what's going to happen. But I think British Airways are going to be okay. It's too big of an institution for it to go down. So British Airways, they've got this thing where you become a frequent flyer. The more you fly, the more rewards you get, and you have these flights, mileage points. So when you fly somewhere, you get points, and then you build up points, and you can get more flights. But there are other ways to get flights and get other points. Okay, so this is a little life hacks from Daniel. So the flight hack that I normally do is when I'm shopping, most of my shopping online now goes towards flights. So you do it on the British Airways e-store. So that's the British Airways e-store. Like I said, you just sign in, and you basically have all sorts of stores there. Anything from even iTunes. When I'm buying songs on iTunes, it goes towards points. Sometimes you get 8 points, 8 flight miles per pound that you spend on iTunes. So if you're spending £7, you know, if you're spending 5, 10, you know, it all adds up. Okay. Also, another one that I do is I shop at TM Lewin for shirts. It's a shirt maker from London. They buy ties, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes they're 14 points per pound. So if you spend, you know, like £100, you're getting 1,400 points, which can be a third of a flight. So it does all add up, and you're also getting the stuff that you needed anyway. So if you want to buy a new TV, Argos, get the Argos. If your family member is buying a TV, get them to send you the money, and then you do it through your e-store, and then you can rack up points like that. If you're buying a TV, it's going to be a lot of points, and then you can get a flight from it, and your parents or your family, they got their TV that they needed. Also Tesco, we have Tesco over here. If you're UK based, Tesco, you use your club card. So for every just scan your club card, and you get for every £2.50 voucher, you get 600 flight miles. Okay, so everything all adds up. I think I've got also credit cards. Another way you can get them is credit cards. So I've got British Airways American Express card, and once you spend £1,000 in the first 3 months, you get 5,000 flight miles, which is a free flight, like London to Paris or something like that, maybe. And if it's not, then it can take a lot of the price off the next flight anyway. And obviously when you're spending that card, points get racked up. So the points are coming in. I think I've got like, in 1 or 2 months, I've racked in about 13,000 points, which is a flight to like Malta or something like that, like a return flight on peak. Yeah, so there's some travel advice. Every major airline has one. Okay, but look into it, do some points. I learned a lot about points hacking and travel hacking and stuff like that. So look out for some more of these kind of videos in the future. Anyway, if we ever get to fly again, that's the other question. You went to London/Paris about 2 years ago. It was flipping amazing. Okay, guys, where is the most favorite place that you've ever visited in your life? Where's the most recommended kind of place that took your breath away? Or maybe it was just the experience you had. Sometimes the best places are never the most breathtaking places. I've been to some breathtaking places, but because I was there alone, I got good pictures, and I look back and I'm like, wow, that was amazing. But the experience in itself wasn't so magical as maybe a camping trip that you did in the middle of like somewhere that wasn't actually that beautiful, but the people you were with around a campfire or something like that. Let's look at some of them, okay? Okay, so you're Minnesota, and you were instructed to social distance to what's locked in like. Well, I'm doing this on my own. This is my own personal thing. So we've got Egypt, Istanbul, Germany, Ocracoke Island. Ocracoke Island. Where is it? The island of Blackbeard. Wow. The only place I've flown to but was amazing is Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Cruise ship to the Caribbean. White Mountains. Oh, nice. France. You had a really good time. You've been to 36 states and 4 countries, originally from Manchester, but you think Edinburgh was your top place by far. Okay. Every summer we have to Amelia Island. Nice. You travelled out of the country. Never travelled out of the country. Well, Kalana, if you're from America, you are pretty blessed with some beautiful places and national parks. A lot of people say bad things about America, but honestly, there's some amazing places. Amazing places. America is a beautiful country, a beautiful nation, and there's beautiful places everywhere, guys. But America really, really does, and you do undervalue it sometimes. I've been wanting to visit Ireland and Scotland. You should. You really, really should, Nicole. I would say Ireland and Scotland are very similar. The people, the greenery. It's one of the most two of the most green countries you'll ever visit. Very good, very luscious, and it's a very kind of there's green grass everywhere, and there's different types, but there's a specific green that you won't see anywhere else. It's a very, very distinct kind of green, beautiful. Camping in Scotland is great. Wild camping in Scotland, because it's free roaming. You can just go camping up there. Scotland also has one of the last wildernesses in the world. Look it up. It's, I'm sure, Rannochmoor, or in the Highlands of Scotland somewhere. There's many different. Have you checked out Ontario? I've been to. I've only flew into Toronto Airport a couple of times. I've never actually been to Ontario, but I'd love to. Lots of good waterfalls and stuff there. I've seen. You'd love to see Canada. Canada was one of my favorite places. I actually went to Vancouver Island, and I stayed there for 3 months, and I honestly loved it. I loved the people. Just loved the whole atmosphere on the island. Really, really cool. My favorite place I've been to was probably one. Well, I loved the Dead Sea. I love the Dead Sea. I loved Hallstatt in Austria. I like Austria in general. Austria is just breathtaking. Some of the places in Scotland, like the Isle of Skye. Let me see where else I've been. That's really nice. Greece. I like Greece. I like just the beaches and all the different kind of the little towns and stuff there. Canada. I've been to Canada. I've been to Switzerland. Lots of really, really beautiful cities and towns in Switzerland and the Alps. Colmar in France, which is really cool. Colmar is, honestly, if you've ever seen Beauty and the Beast, there's a place called Colmar, and then there's a place called Riquewihr as well, or Riquewihr, Riquuwir, something like that. Colmar looks like Beauty and the Beast, and that is the thing that everybody says is Beauty and the Beast, but the actual small town from Beauty and the Beast is Riquewihr. It's very small, very beautiful, little clock tower, the little mountains, the little hills, the wine, the vineyards and stuff. Really, really beautiful. So I definitely recommend that. I've been to Italy. I've been to Firenze, Florence. I love the most underrated city in Europe that I've been to was either Krakow, Porto in Spain. Lisbon is beautiful. Lisbon, beautiful city, but Porto is a magical place, a really, really cool vibe, really cute, cool people, very studenty as well. I think Krakow is as well. I think there's a population of 750,000 there, and out of those 750,000, I think there's there's 3 or 4 universities, and I'm sure it's in the hundreds of thousands. I think it's like a third of the population there is students. So there's a lot of like cool, fun club kind of bar atmospheres. If you don't like that and you like a more quiet place, I would suggest that you go to Carcassonne in France. That's a really beautiful place. It's a medieval city. The only place I've ever thought that I've seen a ghost. So if you like spooky things. Now, I was actually a skeptic before anybody says, but I genuinely think I saw a ghost there. I don't know. I'm not sure. Bruges. Okay, so here's the beautiful thing, right? Let's talk about Belgium, because I just got back from there. Belgium is amazing. one of the things about Belgium is the towns and the architecture, the same with Netherlands. Belgium is the architecture in the little small towns there, they're absolutely unreal. I love the small, thin houses and stuff like that. So I've been to the big four. The big four cities are Brussels, Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. So the first one I went to was Brussels, and in that trip I went to Bruges as well. Bruges was very beautiful. Bruges was more beautiful than Brussels. Bruges is the postcard beautiful, like, cute town, but the feeling there is more touristy, all that stuff. Then I went to Antwerp. Antwerp was beautiful. I went there at Christmas time. Absolutely amazing. Loved Antwerp. I love every city. This is the thing. I love all the big four cities, right? But I went to Ghent, and I am not joking you. You need to go to Ghent. It is absolutely unreal. Ghent is my favorite place, and it's not just, this is the thing, it's not just about how pretty a place is. I get it if you're one of these tourists that just goes to a place just to hang with a family and take pictures and stuff. That's cool if that's the way you do things, but if you want to actually go to a place and go through the streets like a flaneur, walking around and really like on your own at night, I like to do that kind of thing. I like a nice night walk. If I go traveling, I like to just walk alone with my earphones in and just zone out and just take it all in. And what I do in the first night is, before I actually wake up in the morning and go, I'll sometimes go and explore a place like that, just at night, and then like see where things are. But Ghent was really good, and I actually went to Ghent when I was really depressed. I was in a really bad place mentally, but I still had the flights and tickets booked. This was only a couple of months ago. I was in a really dark place, and Ghent just, I think it actually went with my mood. So it was very dark. The buildings were very medieval and very kind of gothic and dark, and the clock towers and the bridges and stuff. So it fitted the mood that I was in. But then it made me feel, it was kind of comforting because it was very safe, very friendly, and just it just helped me a lot. And as I was walking through the city during the day, I wasn't feeling good. I'm not gonna lie. It was still beautiful and I was taking it all in, but it kind of healed me. I know that sounds really kind of weird, but there was a level of healing that took place that day in Ghent, and I think that's why Ghent is more special to me. So your experience is always different than the location. So sometimes you can go to a place and it's more memorable because you fought a demon there, you pushed through a barrier, you got somewhere that actually made you feel better about yourself. Maybe you met a friend there, maybe you met some really cool people, maybe it was just maybe you were in some like post-apocalyptic weird high-rise dead-ass city in the middle of Russia. No offense to Russia, but there are some of these places in Russia that are very like they're almost like ghost towns with these huge industrial flats and stuff like that. But maybe you met some of the Russian people, and Russian people are amazing. They tell you how it is. They tell you straight. And some of the Russian people I've met were just, as I've been traveling, they're so honest. You know, if they don't like something, they see that you're trying to fake your personality in any way, shape, or form. The Russian people, they are just, honestly, you need some Russian friends, guys. They can bring you down to earth. And Scottish friends as well. Scottish people are like that as well. You need some Russian, Scottish friends to kind of keep you level-headed. You know, they'll hype you up, but they'll also keep you level-headed. Let's see what else we got. I love California. I do love that. I think I am a kind of beach kind of guy at heart. The sun, surfing. I don't actually surf. I think that if I was brought up in California, I would definitely be a surfer. I'd definitely be one of those guys that's like, hey, dude, how's it going, man? We're gonna get high this week, yeah. Let's do it, bro. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd be definitely one of those people, probably. But no, I went like 2013 and was on Good Morning America. Nice. Got CA represent. This year, if the coronavirus doesn't affect any of my plans, one of my places I want to go to is Slovenia, Bled, Lake Bled in Slovenia. Lake Bled looks unreal. Don't be sorry to hear us in a dark place. It's inevitable that as humans we are going to sink low at times. You know, it's ridiculous to say that we won't, and it's ridiculous to even think that you're going to go and sail through life just happy all the time. You need to accept it and embrace it. When you feel dark, you're in a dark place. You're in a dark place. How do you get out of there? Push through it. You don't just. The more you kind of fight against it and say, I don't feel depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm not going to be one of these people. If you feel depressed, you feel down, embrace it, but work on it. That's what I would say. Like, try and shoot yourself back up. Try and get yourself free from it as best as you can. We are going to feel down, and things are going to affect your mental health. It is inevitable, and it was obviously during the dark winter, as Scottish vitamin D. All of these things play. You can get sad, seasonal depression. That's what it was. And I knew that that's what it was. So I just, instead of thinking about the feelings, I was thinking about the future and thinking, look, sunny days are going to come. I'm going to be on a beach one day. And for sure, I was on a beach just before. I was in Malaga last week, just before shit hit the fan. And I'm okay now. I'm all happy now because I got some sunshine. I'm glad I did. Thank God I went there. I know that it's kind of risky because of everything that was going on, but I went to the beach. I got there and I was in the sunshine. It was 26 degrees in March, which you'd never get in Scotland. 26 is like 75 to 80 Fahrenheit. Yeah, it was great. And then I came back home, and then Corona started getting worse and worse. And then, but I don't have any symptoms. Don't have any. Never had any. And it's been over a week now. Don't have nothing at all. Nothing. Okay, so don't worry. So like it up, guys. That would be amazing. If you do want to like support me on my journey, what I might actually do is the people that I'm going to read them out again. But this is the people that have donated on my TikTok and my YouNow. I think tonight what we're going to do is anybody who does actually donate through Patreon, if you become a new patron, or through PayPal, I'll put the links to these both in my description. Any of these people, you'll get a shout out in my next live, which is quarantine day 4 tomorrow. But thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who has listened intently to what I've got to say. I know that it might be shite. I know that you might be thinking I ramble too much, which is true. But I want you to know that we're all in this together, and that every day is going to be getting funnier, better. I might even have some guests. Maybe my friend might come in. Maybe we'll see what happens. But we're on day 3. I'm enjoying doing this. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen. But we will see. Maybe if you message me on my socials, on Instagram, TikTok, or not TikTok, Instagram, or my Facebook, then you can actually give me some suggestions on what you'd like to see during the Corona quarantine lives. What kind of stuff, what kind of content would make you happy? I already did the exercises and stuff, did travel hacking, I've done all this kind of stuff. What else would you like to know? And I can kind of research and do stuff like that, okay? Giant virtual hugs to everyone who needs or wants them. Yes, same to you all. If you're all watching, massive hug or a handshake. Oh, wait, I can't do that, actually. Speaking of which, wait, sometimes wee bubbles come out. Wee bubbles come out, like, watch. That didn't work that time. Anyway. And again, please be careful and cautious. I know you might be thinking, this COVID-19 is not going to get me down. It might get your gran or your granddad, though. So please be cautious and worry about other people rather than just yourself. Okay, I've seen so many people that are like, yeah, bro, it's not going to get me down. Did you even notice that there was COVID-19? Because I didn't. Yeah, well, when people start dying nearby or things like that, then you're gonna be thinking again. But I'm saying, don't live in fear, guys. Try not to live in fear, and try to be productive, and try to focus on, that this is temporary. Just like everything, it's a small part of your life. And in that small part of your life where there's some sort of adversity or setbacks, this is a time for you to then think, right, okay, so when things are bad, I'm still breathing, I'm still doing things. I'm going to learn, I'm going to work tirelessly on things that are going to make my life completely 100 times better at the end of this. Okay? Also, we're going to get to 100,000 subscribers in the next few days on here. We already did it, but I lost some because that's what happens. People just unsubscribe. People lose their accounts. So we're going to get it up to past 100,000. We're going to start doing some other ones. I've got a Malaga vlog coming in the next couple of days as well. We wore a mask and gloves today. Good. Another thing, a lot of people say that masks don't help, and I get that that's a popular thing to do because as humans we all like to feel special, and so these people that do that, they think that they're a little bit above. Everybody's got a superiority complex. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people do. So they think that, oh, whoa, you're wearing masks. The people that are wearing masks, they initially were the ones that thought they had a superiority complex sometimes, or a fashion statement, and they're like, oh, wow, I'm going to be the person that wears the mask. And then there's these people that are like, counter that, and they're like, oh my God, you know that the masks don't work? Right, they do, because if you think about it, they prevent you from touching your nose, okay? So if not, doesn't work for that, it actually prevents you from touching your nose and your mouth and your face. You're not going to touch that if you've got a mask on, okay? So think of it like that. Stop being judgmental of people. Just be you and just look after yourself as much as you can. Clean your hands. Be a good person. Be kind to others. Be thoughtful of others. Always don't think that it's forever. We don't know if it's going to be 4 weeks, 12 weeks. I don't think it'll be much more than 12 weeks. There's already good news from China that things have come to a halt there. Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but maybe we'll see a peak. Maybe we'll see some good news. Maybe a vaccine. Maybe we'll see some sort of cure, medical. We never know what's going to happen in the next few weeks. But we're all in it together. We're all cool. We're all well. We're all alive right now. Okay, and that's the main thing that happens. So be kind to others and stop being so bigoted with your opinion. Just be chill. Okay, if we could get 10 more likes, I would be very, very happy. You have to be careful. Okay, let's read some more. You have it for 20 plus years. Nip Enut. They are saying it's rare to get it from contact, but more viral. Okay, you're a good dude. Thanks, guys. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here for now. My Instagram is Daniel Ewan Henderson. Just type in Daniel_Ewan_Henderson. Feel free to send suggestions of videos and stuff like that there. My Facebook, as always, go like it up. I'm on TikTok. I'm posting daily videos. Always a good. They're the kind of funny ones, the viral ones, and I just enjoy making those ones. They're very, very funny. Some of them are just shite. What else have we got? Patreon. I'm doing daily. After this broadcast, I'm actually going to be doing my daily Patreon exclusive content for the people that subscribe there. And all the links to these are going to be in the description. So anyway, guys, tomorrow night, I'll see you again. It might be a little bit earlier than tonight. Tonight I started late again, but we're going to maybe do it a little bit earlier. Maybe around about 11 p.m. or midnight Eastern, Greenwich Meridian time, so the UK time. So UK time, 11, so that's maybe Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m., 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Wait, 10, 9, 8, 7, yeah, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then the more west you go, it's like an hour. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you so much, guys. And hit that like button. Don't be a dick. I love you guys. Thank you.